Alright guys, so as you may be able to tell from the tree, we are here at EPCOT today. Yay! We're going to try and get to the rest of the World Showcase and show you all the little holidays from around the world. So follow along. So we are going to try something we've never actually done before.
We're going to take the boat.
We're going to take the boat across the World Showcase, just because we're on a tiny bit of a time crunch and I don't feel like walking all the way around to America. So we're gonna try and see if it actually is a shortcut or not. We'll let you know. Alright, so we made it to the American Pavilion. The boat ride was about a 3-minute boat ride, and we kind of speed walked over, so it only took us about 2 minutes to walk over here. It's really not that far. So if you are close on time, that is, if you can catch the boat, it's much faster. Definitely.
Through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Christmas isn't the only holiday celebrated this time of year. Many of us are celebrating the Festival of Lights, or Hanukkah.
Oh, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Have a great day.
So here inside the America Pavilion, they're continuing with the gingerbread theme, which we have the gingerbread Lincoln Memorial, the gingerbread Washington Monument, which is impressively tall. It's a good, like, probably 4 or 5 foot tall, and the Capitol building. So it's like taking a little trip to Washington, D.C. at Christmas without actually heading down there. Focus! Alright, so there's 7 hidden Mickeys on here, and it looks like these ones are all little black ones. So we found 2. This is the second one we found. We're not going to show you where they all are, but just so you know what you're looking for if you're in here. Just to show you how much attention to detail Disney shows, you can actually see the reflection of the Washington Memorial in the water. It's amazing. Alright guys, so we kind of both feel like a failure because that was the hardest hidden Mickey hunt I have ever seen.
And I only found 1, she found 3.
Yeah, we could only find 4. And the one we're not even sure if it was like a real one because it was on the sign that said there was hidden Mickeys. So we're gonna count it just because saying we only found 3 was just defeat us. So we found more than half, but I could not find the last 3 at all, no matter what I did. Alright guys, so we're here in Italy. We're about to watch La Befana, who is the witch of, she's a witch, a kind-hearted witch that visits kids on the eve of the Epiphany in search for the young savior. So, fun fact, while we're sitting in Italy waiting for the next show, I asked one of the guys from the Voices of Liberty, and he said they actually built that area with the dome with them in mind, because they like built it with the proper acoustics, because they don't use mics or anything like that. It's just their voices echoing through that dome. It's amazing.
My story, see? Such a story I have for you. Buongiorno, come and tell story. Everybody come closer, andiamo. See? My name is La Befana, and I am a witch. But I am a good witch, see? My name, La Befana, means gift giver. I am the gift giver in my country, in Italy. Boy, I bring to you gifts and goodies and sweets. But if you have been maybe not so good, huh? What do you think I bring to you then? Oh, she knows. Oh, so you have to know. I keep an eye on you, huh? Now, in your country, you have a different gift giver. See? Who is it brings to you the gifts at the Christmas time, huh? Santa Claus. See? I tell you, La Befana have been bringing gifts down the chimney to the bambini. Long before St. Nick was even a twinkle in his mama's eye. What do you suppose La Befana flies on? Huh?
Her broom.
The broom! See, because I am a witch! Do I scare you? What about getting only socks and underwear for Christmas? Huh? That is scary. Now, Santa Claus, when does he come to visit you, huh? When does he come with the presents? Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. Do you know when I come to visit, huh? I hear January 6th. I visit on the eve of the Epiphany. This is my story. Once upon a time, more than 2,000 years ago, I lived in a lonely cottage on the side of a great highway. A group of strange men come up to me. They are very exotic, you know, from faraway land, but they are very excited. They are pointing this way and that, and the one word I do remember is Bethlehem. But these strangers, they talk with their hands. And this, La Befana, understand? They tell me the great star in the sky is to tell that a great king have been born in the Bethlehem. And they have been following his star. And so the strangers go to the Bethlehem without me. A few days later, a little shepherd boy come running into my village. He said to me, "Hey, La Befana, how come you not go to the Bethlehem, huh? Everybody talking about the baby king that was born in a lowly stable, but everybody saying he is the Son of God." And then I know, I must go to the Bethlehem. I ran inside to find a gift for the special bambino. I had seen the gifts of the kings. They were very fine. I do not want to go empty-handed. So I look and I search, but all I can find is a little doll made from a scrap of wool. It is better than nothing, I think. Oh, and I am so excited. I will go to the Bethlehem. I will follow the star. I will find the baby king. And I run outside and... the beautiful star, she is gone. La Befana had waited too long. And now I cannot find the Christ child. So, for 2,000 years I am looking. I am searching for the Jesu Bambino, the Christ child. And on the eve of the Epiphany, the day when the wise men arrive in the Bethlehem, I climb down the chimney and I look into the faces of the bambini and I say, "What if it is you?" Just in case, I have a look into the face of the Jesu Bambino himself. I leave a little gift for every child. So I leave you now and I say to you all, Buon Natal! Buon Natale! Merry Christmas!
So next up is Japan, and we're gonna watch the Daruma Storyteller to learn about the Japanese New Year.
はい、こんにちは。いらっしゃい、いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい、いらっしゃい。Darma's for sale, only the finest Darma's for sale. いらっしゃい、いらっしゃい。はい、皆さん、明けましておめでとうございます。That's how we say Happy New Year in Japan. 明けましておめでとうございます。My name is Shizue. Yes, the old year is almost gone and it's time to welcome the new year. So even though it's a bit early, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year! Welcome to the Japan Pavilion in our celebration of Oshogatsu. Oshogatsu is a traditional Japanese New Year which lasts from January 1st through January 7th. And today I appear before you as a humble street vendor. What I sell is a very important part of Oshogatsu. And here it is. It's called a Darumato. He's rather handsome, don't you think? Like that. Well, Dharma is like a good luck charm. As you can see, Dharma has no pupils in his eyes. The custom among Japanese is to make a wish and paint in the left eye. Then, when your wish comes true, you must paint in the other eye. But what if your wish doesn't come true by the end of the year? Well, you can always try again next year. Now, the legend of the Dharma dates back to the 6th century. A Buddhist monk named Dharma Taishi began a lifelong journey to spread the teachings of Buddha. His journey was difficult, and oftentimes the road that he traveled was plagued with robbers. Dharma said, "My disciples, I believe that if the body is in poor health, then the spirit will also be weak. So let's develop a system of exercise to keep the body and mind healthy, as well as a means to deal with robbers who often prey on folks." Yeah! So this unique style of exercise and defense later went to Japan and became known as yeah, karate. And years later, Dharma went to a temple at the top of a great mountain where he meditated for 9 years. Imagine remaining motionless for 9 years. Many of us cannot stay still for 9 minutes, right?
Truth.
The legend goes on to say that Dharma lost the use of his limbs after remaining motionless for so long. And this is why the Dharma is without arms and legs. Dharma is a symbolic reminder for people of Japan of patience and persistence through the ups and downs of life. As we say, Nanakorobi Yaoki, which means literally knocked down 7 times and get up 8. Now, New Year's or Oshogatsu is a time for rejuvenation, asking for blessings and celebrating the coming of spring. In olden times, each person became a year older on New Year's Day rather than on their birthday. And a special Nengajo or New Year greeting cards are dropped at the post office weeks in advance, where they are kept until being delivered to each household in the entire country all at once on New Year's Day. Another thing always done in advance is the preparation of tasty osechi ryori. Delicacies to be served cold over the first days of the new year, giving women of the household a rare break from cooking. Nearly everyone should be free from stress, work or study, allowing time to be with family and carry out centuries-old rituals and traditions together. So the New Year's always has been, and still is today, the most important holiday in Japan. So on New Year's Eve, you would stay up late and eat. Do you know what we eat on New Year's Eve in Japan? It's soup.
Ramen.
Noodle. And then you would hear the huge bronze bells called Joya no Kane. So they sound gong around midnight, gong at Buddhist temples. Well, can anybody guess how many times the bell rings on New Year's Eve in Japan? The answer is 108 times. Because in Japanese Buddhism, it is said that the humans have 108 bonno, which means earthly desires. So, with a bonno defeated by the bell ringing, we Japanese believe that we can start the new year with clean slate, fresh, and with great hopes. Then the next day, you rise early on gadgets. The first day of the new year, you put on new clothes from head to toe and try to go see the first sunrise of the year called Hatsuhinode. Before breakfast, you drink otoso, a sweet spiced wine, to vanquish evil spirit within you and prevent sickness within a mile of your home. Then you run to the mailbox to check for the beautiful Nengajo or New Year greeting cards from family and friends. And later in the day, the callers might come in for the meal of osechi ryori, and maybe more otoso. Then you go to a Shinto shrine to pray for the blessings of the New Year. I've spoken too long. I have to get back to selling the Dharma dolls. Yes, Dharma for sale. But, before I go, I would like to leave you with this New Year's wish. But first, in Japanese. 皆さん、どうぞ良いお年をお迎えください。May your Dharma's eyes be painted in each and every year, and all your wishes come true.
So now that we know a little bit of the history of the Daruma dolls, they actually sell them here. They have a little stand outside. They have 3 different sizes. This one's $5.95. The little one is $4.75.
And this one.
And the big one is $14.50. Next stop, Canada.
Happy holidays! Welcome to Canada! How's your day going? Good, I hope. Woo! Merry Christmas, everyone. My friends, we are the Canadian Holiday Voyageurs. Holiday season. My name is Michelle, and as I said earlier, we are the Canadian Holiday Voyageurs. That last song you heard was a Canadian holiday favorite called the Christmas Jig. Now, my friends, the band and I have traveled here together from all the different parts of Canada in order to share with you our own unique regional holiday traditions. Because Canada is a nation of many different cultures, and each one of us tells a different part of the story. For instance, my good friend Jordan over here, well, he's from Alberta. And here's the type of music that you might hear from his part of the country during the holidays. Let's go! Let's keep this journey going, and if you'll indulge us, let's go back to my home of Quebec. Now back home around the holidays, we have a great big feast called Le Réveillon. Family and friends gather together for wonderful food and a great celebration. Now I hope that Père Noël has something good for all of us this year. Who, my friends, is Père Noël?
Father Christmas!
Santa Claus, that's right. Whether you call him Santa Claus or Père Noël, before he visits, it's time for le réveillon! Claquez les mains comme ça, ouais! Tout village entend du clocher, tous assis devant le curé. Quelques-uns sont impatients pour découvrir leur bon présent. Canadians, we are a nation of a great many cultures, and certainly one of the cultural traditions that we love to honor is that of our First Nation, Indigenous Native peoples. Now, the youngsters of the First Nation, they gather together and they sing Christmas carols in order to appease the mysterious Nalayuks and earn their presents from them. So in honor of that tradition, we want to invite all you youngsters out here to sing along with us and earn your presents from the Nalayuks.
Before the king,
holiday traditions in Canada without including those contributions given to us from the Irish, the English, and the Scottish. Now there are magical, mischievous bellsnickles, and they help Santa Claus figure out who's been naughty and who's been nice. There are the mummers who come knocking at your door and they won't leave without a hot toddy or a Christmas cake. There's a celebration of holidays and Christmas and so many other festivities. So in honor of our English and Celtic roots, here's some sounds that you might hear in Newfoundland, Ontario, and Nova Scotia. What's that noise out by the porch door? Dear Granny, there's mummers, there's 20 or more. Around the weather, the face lighted up with a grin. Mummers, nice and mummer, cloudy. Come on in, lovely mummers, the father and the snow. We'll wipe up the water, sure, after you go. And we sit together, got some mummers of me. If I know, so we got me. Oh, there's big ones and small ones and tall ones and thin. There's boys dressed as women and there's girls dressed as men.
So we are on the land. We came to check out the Christmas decorations. I'm so excited. And it's actually dark out, so you can actually really like see the colors. So you can see it's dark up at the top.
Welcome to our
Happy holidays from Living with the Land, with the Sandman.
And the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future.
So pretty. Oh, this is so cool at night.
The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world.
Oh, I didn't even notice the twinkle lights along the back.
The edible plants
they go on the top there.
An important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant,
there's a penguin.
Even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking.
Hi, little guy. There's green Christmas lights lining your... Oh, wow. There's some huge sturgeon in there. But they have Christmas lights lining the sturgeon tanks. It's so cute. Ooh, that's a big one. Holy cow, they're humongous.
When we mention farming...
Oh, they have a wreath made out of cotton. That's so pretty.
While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world,
have some little
most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these
so
staples
cool.
is an important goal of research.
Now this is cool.
It's so bright in here.
Yeah, it is really bright. The twinkle lights are so pretty.
These plants are
They
definitely
put
on their
those
way
on the
up.
winter melons.
Innovative growing
Oh, they are
techniques like these
humongous.
increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation
So
at work
pretty.
here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful
hard to
pests
see 'cause they're
like aphids
young.
and flies, we are significantly reducing our
Oh
reliance
yeah,
on
there's
conventional
peppers in
pesticides.
the wreaths are made of peppers.
We're growing these crops
It's really hard
using
to
our
see, but when this
nutrient
grows
fill
in, it'll be a
system.
hidden
This
Mickey.
technique precisely
And that one up
controls
there, I
and
think it says
recycles water
EPCOT.
and
Oh
nutrients.
yeah, you can see it on the camera. It says
We can
EPCOT.
produce over
Oh,
27,000
that one's got
heads of
tomatoes and
lettuce a year
peppers.
in this one small area.
They're veggie wreaths. They're so cool. Oh, and the bio lab is all decorated. Oh, they have a big ornament and they have
The future of
snowflakes.
agriculture may include innovative ideas.
Oh, and they have all
like
their
this
names
vertical
on their
growing system.
stockings. That's so
Plants
cool.
grown
We
in
have
this way
Seal,
use a
Dolores,
fraction of the
Monty,
space
Nicole,
required
and
by
Les.
traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases.
All right, so that's going to do it here for us today. We did everything pretty much. The only thing we haven't done now for Festival of the Holidays is Joyful. So we pretty much did, we did all the country, so I'm super excited. We got to do everything this year. Yes! And she did the Chippendale, so we got 2 of the 3 sets of the Chippendale pins. So it's been a pretty productive day. I mean, it's been awesome. Thank you guys for following along with us. Remember to like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't even know what else we're on. But once again, thank you guys for following along with us, and happy holidays from our Ohana to yours. All right guys, so I know I just said that we did everything. However, I had to cut 5 countries out of the video because it was so much footage, there was no way. So I omitted Norway, China, Morocco, the United Kingdom, and France. Now, since we are blocked out officially as of tomorrow, we will slowly release, I did the full shows of all of those, so we'll release them all over the Christmas season. So you will get to see them all, just not in one vlog. They'll be individual. All right, so again, thank you for following along with us. Happy holidays, everybody.